Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. What a morning indeed. We had I think it's our last league member teaser for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Though I'm curious what's going to happen tomorrow, if anything. He could pretty much drop anything because we're literally like 7 more days to go. Oh, wait, that's for us. But a little bit more than that. But yeah, 8 more days to go to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there's probably going to be a lot more. But there's also a lot of other cool things that kind of dropped today, so I wanted to share this with you. The first topic I want to talk about is Dynasty Warriors. There's a Dynasty Warriors movie. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Watch this. I mean, they even start off with how the game starts off. If anybody has played Dynasty Warriors, I'm not sure if it's going to be copyrighted, so I'm going to skip through here to see some of the action scenes just to look at it. Is like you're looking at this and you're like, wait a minute, this is the game. Look at that. They're throwing up into the sky just like in the video game, the Dynasty Warriors video game. I mean, I gotta be I'm kind of excited to see this only because I've played the heck out of Dynasty Warriors in the day, and it's great to see them actually make a movie, even though a lot of the fights and stuff, it's kind of funny because the game has like a lot of special moves and stuff like that, but you see that in other Chinese movies as well. But it's kind of funny to see that aspect go into the video game. Now the video game coming back into as a movie. Louis Koo's in it. I'm like, Louis Koo's in this. That's crazy. It's amazing. And you do see him there. But this looks terrific. I'm just gonna link the trailer description just in case, because I don't want to get flagged here. But definitely, it looks pretty fun. I mean, like I said, I've played quite a number of Dynasty Warrior games, even the Samurai Warriors, but like my favorite, although Dynasty Warriors, my favorite would actually be Gundam. The Gundam Dynasty Warriors is probably my favorite Dynasty game, even though it's not it's not the Three Kingdoms, it's not Romance of the Three Kingdoms kind of thing here, but it's still pretty fun to play. Just kind of like a like don't even think about anything. I just want to kill hundreds of guys and go into this war area, stuff like that. It's fun if you think of it that aspect. It's fun. There's not much depth to it, even though the Empire's games tried to have a little bit more depth in it, but for the most part, not really much. But it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be kind of a cool little movie, just brainless fun, and I'll probably recognize all those different musos that are being accomplished in this Dynasty Warriors movie game. So I wonder if they're going to go through. Looks like they will. Looks like they're going to go through the storyline of all three kingdoms and all the main characters as well. So yeah, well, that is Dynasty Warriors the movie. All right, the next thing is Godzilla Singular Point. This is a new trailer for the Godzilla Singular Point. Like I'm going to turn off the sound just in case. But this is an anime that's coming out on Netflix. I think it's coming out on Netflix Japan first. In March 25th, because someone just said that. But I thought it was going to be released worldwide or something. I don't know, maybe afterwards. But it looks amazing. I showed it to my kid, and he can't wait to see Jet Jaguar, a new version of Jet Jaguar. I don't think that's a pterodactyl. I don't think that's not like Rodan or anything. But they do see some monsters here. Monsters you probably recognize. Some of them like flash really quickly. Like I don't know what that. I think like some versions, maybe they're doing like a version of. I can't tell. I think that's a new monster. I don't think that's Godzilla. It looks very different this time. Jet Jaguar doing some cool stuff. I think, is that Anguirus? Like a new version of Anguirus? Yeah. Is that Hedorah? That looks like Hedorah. Okay, so that's a new version of Hedorah. And Godzilla right there. So quite a bit of cool. Is that like a new version of King Caesar? I don't know. Might be. But great looking scenes. I mean, some of the monster scenes, they're very few and far between, and they show just clippets of it within the whole thing. But it looks amazing, and I can't wait to see what this series is going to be about. Godzilla Singular Point. I didn't understand a lick of it in this trailer because it was all in Japanese. But like I said, March 25th in Japan. I was hoping it was going to be worldwide, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer for this series. So that's pretty awesome. It looks amazing. It looks great. More Godzilla content? Yes, please. Okay, so the next thing is Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong got a new little who you got cast interview with new footage. And it just goes through a little bit. Let me turn down the sound here. So some of the stuff you've seen, but they go through the different characters, Rebecca Hall and Isaac Gonzalez, and they don't have much of. They have a few new scenes in here, but for the most part, you kind of already seen a lot of this stuff that's already been shown here. But one thing, they're pretty much saying that there are 3 characters that follow Kong, which is Alexander Skarsgård's character, the girl, and Rebecca Hall. There's these 3 people who follow Godzilla, so they're the Team Godzilla, if you will, and they're trying to figure out why is Godzilla doing this. So that's kind of the plot of what's going on that's happening here. So I'm guessing he doesn't really, Kyle Chandler is not really in that much, or if they're focusing on those 3 and these 3, which is kind of cool. It's like they're, each monster has their own human team, if you will. But kind of disappointed at the end because when they asked who you got, Team Godzilla from Team Kong, I think I counted there was more Team Kong than Team Godzilla, so I didn't appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a fun thing. They're definitely gonna play that off for this movie, Team Kong or Team Godzilla, making you choose, and it's the beauty of it. Just like Batman v Superman, just like Iron Man and Captain America, they're gonna definitely do that for Godzilla versus Kong. But other than that, for the if you look at it closely, you can see that there could be some kind of plot where, Mecha something gets involved in some sort of fashion. And I think the 3 of them the 3 of these people stumble into that, is my own theory. I have no idea. But yeah, we'll find out on March 31st. That's Godzilla versus Kong. All right. The next one is a little bit of WandaVision. Now, I didn't do the last 2 episodes review because I skipped one because it was just a lot of videos going up, and then maybe I'll do one for a sum up review. But then I watched the series, and I gotta say I was just disappointed. I was just like, I don't got the energy in me to talk about it. I didn't. It's forgettable for me, downright forgettable, and it just the stakes once again. All shot, all gone, because, yeah, she lost her family at the end, but, she made them. So it's like, not really. But one of the worst things is she walked away from a pretty damning thing. She kind of messed up. It was like, they were saying it's like Agatha all along, but no, not really. It was Wanda all along. She still was the one doing all this, right? And she becomes a Scarlet Witch and everything. And she gets a great new costume. She looks great. She looks fantastic in it. Yeah, you can feel the emotional, grief that she's going through and stuff. But it's just like played over what is probably a little bit more, they don't take much risk. So it's like they could have focused on that she is damned. Because she is really the bad person here, right? She's using her grief and she controlled all these people, but they just blew over that like it was not too much of anything else. And probably one of the most disappointing things was when Evan Peters was in, they brought him on. That was pretty exciting because it was like, oh, they're bringing in X-Men. Yes, Quicksilver. Yes. But no, they resorted to a freaking, called him Ralph Boner, Like, really? Ralph Boner? A dick joke? Seriously? One of the best characters in the new X-Men resorted to not being him and giving him a dick name? That is stupid. That is downright shit. So apparently, I guess is he the director? Matt Shackman or whatever says he got the Ralph Boner idea from the Mandarin twist in Iron Man 3, which he says is his favorite scene in the movie. Playing with expectations is always enjoyable. Yeah, except the Mandarin twist was shit too. That was a terrible idea. So you got something that you thought was a great idea and tried to do something. No. See, we didn't know who this guy was. All right, we didn't know who Mandarin was, so that kind of worked out. We knew who this guy was, and that's kind of like, really? You're gonna do that to Quicksilver, one of the beloved characters from the new X-Men? Nah. Yeah, WandaVision was shit. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to review it. In fact, I'm going to go and watch Superman and Lois right after this. So, yeah. So I'll definitely do a review on Superman and Lois because Superman and Lois is pretty much fantastic right about now. It's really fantastic. I'm going to admit it's not CW at all. It doesn't even feel like CW. But we'll see what happens in episode 3. But yeah, that's WandaVision. Disappointing. All right. So another set of Supergirls is Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, they're actually going to make a live-action Powerpuff Girls. I'm kind of shocked by it. And this is, let me see, let's go into the Hollywood Reporter article. This series follows the child superheroes, the Powerpuff Girls, now 20-somethings who resent losing their childhood to crime fighting, eventually going their separate ways. That's interesting. Dove Cameron, Chloe Bennett, and Yana Perrault. I think I totally said that wrong. But yeah, they're the new Powerpuff Girls, which is quite I kind of like how they're going with the story in terms of Powerpuff Girls, because look, when these three it was a cartoon, yeah, but they were like made in a vat, and you know they're doing superhero stuff and things like that. And I actually did watch the cartoons back when I was younger, and I was kind of appreciating. It was kind of fun to see them. They're taking on monsters, and then they had that. I forgot him. I think it was called they or him. Like they couldn't say the devil's name, and he had like hooves and stuff like that. He was this ultimate evil. I remember that, and I remember the monkey with the brain thing. I don't know, but but it was pretty entertaining. But I like the concept of let's see what happens afterward. I think that's an interesting thing. So it's kind of like that Power Rangers thing, where the after Power Rangers. That's why I was invested into that rated R Power Rangers short that was on YouTube by Avi Shankar, because it was something that you sometimes if you're in depth into it and you're like, what if it went further? What would the world be like if that was real? Now, I don't know if this is going to be real. I don't know, because I mean it is live action, definitely, but I don't know if it's going to be like cartoonish live action, or they're going to actually go a little bit grittier. And if they're going grittier and more realistic and seeing how they are, losing their childhood, resented, it sounds pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. It sounds pretty interesting to see what they're going to do with that story, right? So they're taking kids cartoon and turning it serious, but that's the kind of ones I like. I mean, I even like the new Power Rangers movie that came out. And I like that take. So I'm really kind of eager to see. I got to see, like I said, once the trailer comes out, we're going to definitely see what's going on with that and see how that works out. But if it works, if it connects, and you do see that, because it deals with mental health, it deals with losing your childhood, it deals with, just trying to be yourself and be who you are, and that type of realism. They put Powerpuff Girls. That's hilarious. It's Powerpuff. But anyway, yeah. So if you do see that, then yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting to see what happens with that. So so yeah, let's see what happens with Powerpuff Girls. All right, another range of superheroes, it almost was like a superhero day, is Guardians of Galaxy 3. Now, this is an exclusive from Illuminati. They're saying that Adam Warlock casting is currently underway, and they're saying that, and I won't read it because I'll tell you why, but they're saying that they're looking for a Zac Efron type. Okay, cool. And usually Illuminati is pretty on it in terms of scoops and stuff like that. Although when it comes to James Gunn, they seem to be not, 100% correct, at least to James Gunn, which had this to say: there is no casting underway for Volume 3, and in what world would I only cast a Caucasian if the character has gold skin? And if I wanted a Zac Efron type, why wouldn't I go to Zac Efron? Where do you get this nonsense? And that blew, I'm like, oh shit. It's not good when the director calls you out in some of these cases. And James Gunn has been calling out different articles, whether that means he's trying to hide something, and that was certainly the case, but he didn't want it out there. That's why he's kind of going off. Or that is not true altogether. In which case, he should be going after We Got Discovered a lot more. But he did go after Illuminati. Now, the smart idea, the smart thing to do when a director calls you out, you should just back off. Yeah, you should just back off. But Illuminati says, we have seen James Gunn's response to our story about Adam Warlock's casting. We have no reason to believe he'd lie. But we also have no reason not to believe our source. It's 100% possible neither of us are lying. Really. We respect him as a filmmaker, and if he says this isn't accurate, we believe him. But our information can be corroborated. Yeah, at this point, you shouldn't just say anything. Just say, update on your story. James Gunn denies that this is true. So he didn't like that, I guess. James Gunn said, your information can't be corroborated because not a single part of it was true. And you may not be lying, but if not, whoever your source is definitely is. Update your story. So there you have it. I don't know what happens after this, but yeah, like I said, if the director calls you out, I think that would be a good time to just say, oh, sorry, I guess we were wrong, and put an update in the story. You don't even have to take it down. You can just say update in the story, put an update right in the top saying James Gunn said this is not true or whatever. So I don't know. So. But, yeah, not a really good day for Illuminati today, being called out. I mean, oh well. Okay, now let's get into another superhero movie that is coming out, really soon, and that's Zack Snyder's Justice League. Today was Victor Stone Day, Cyborg Day, trended tremendously, over 100,000 tweets. It's amazing. So, we ended the leagues off strong indeed. And, as I said, the Snyder Cut account did throw out some gifts here. This is Victor Stone. So a little bit more of seeing Victor Stone here. And then and another gif of him as Cyborg. Let me see if this plays. Why is it not playing? Well, I'll go back to that. So this part plays. And Cyborg is shooting around. Hitting Steppenwolf right there. A little of that music here is kind of loud. Let's see, he's flying. Oh, that is cool. Just him it's like, woo-hoo. Oh, wait a minute. That looks familiar. The ride ain't over yet. This is kind of the same scene, I think, but without the red coloring. So they do have that. The ride ain't over yet. Looks like he shoots over the scientists, probably the rubble that's coming down on them, just like Flash was saving them as well. And then, oh man, look at that, head butting into Steppenwolf and taking him out. That is freaking awesome. And him doing all this, that is amazing. That's the kind of cool stuff we're gonna get to see in this. I don't remember Justice League already. In sense of his, arm, but I think he's used only one arm. In this case, he's actually shooting with two arms. He's actively in the fight, not just going to the mother box. He's actively shooting and attacking and stuff like that. stuff that Joss decided to take out and just make him go to the mother box, because I guess that's all he thought Ray Fisher was good for. But this is some sick shit, man. He is taking on parademons. He's blowing. He's super strong. Amazing clips there. And I don't think there was. Oh, here now it's playing. So, look at all that. That is super sick. I love how that thing is just coming out of him. And the face guard comes out. You notice he's smiling like that. That's awesome. So that was a crazy teaser this morning. But this is pretty substantial. I just love watching this over him, seeing him headbutt. Oh my goodness. Yes. So definitely a lot more action scenes with Cyborg in the actual Zack Snyder Justice League movie, and it's going to be fantastic. Ray Fisher actually had something to say I thought was really interesting. He said, to take a lesser-known black character and evolve them into the most powerful being in the DC universe, rivaled only by Dr. Manhattan, is no small feat. We're lucky Zack Snyder doesn't do small feats. Cyborg, Snyder cut. Oh my God. My eyes went. I was like, I knew that he was like the center part of the film and he's powerful, but rivaled only by Dr. Manhattan? Whoa, that is big shoes to fill, and I can't wait to see Cyborg do it. And just by that clips alone, how he's able to, his arms can turn into pretty much any kind of weapon and gets weapons on it anywhere, shape shifting and stuff like that. Definitely looks like he's a pretty powerful character, and he'll get progressively powerful as the film goes on. Like you see that clip where he's like, able to control nukes and stuff like that in his little vision or whatever. And I think that's really just showing you how big and powerful and pivotal and quite a center and key in the heart of the film as well. So Ray Fisher is definitely one of the if I don't know, but could definitely be the actual main character of the movie, and that's why he was saved for last. He was the most powerful. He's the center, and he's the heart of the film. So, man, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what they cut out. I mean, they literally cut him out. They really shaved them down to almost nothing, down to the point where you can't feel his feet, and I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. So I'm glad that it's all fixed now, and we're gonna get to see Ray Fisher, Victor Stone, Cyborg himself, the true Cyborg in Zack Snyder's Justice League. A little bit more. Congratulations to the UK. Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut UK release details have been confirmed. It will premiere 8 a.m. on Sky Cinema. And there was a screenshot that Krypton's Codex had put out where you can actually see it right there. And then a little bit more information and sources right here on Virgin TV Go. So it's apparently on Sky Cinema. Now, originally I retweeted this out and said congratulations, but it sounds like not a lot of people are happy about that. And from what I gather, I have no idea what Sky Cinema is. I don't know what that means. I just knew that, it's finally in UK somehow. But apparently it means it's like a cable network where you have to wait until the next showing or something like that. And then you're going to have to buy cable or something like that. And that when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, I guess that kind of sucks in a way. So hopefully that is not the only way that it's going to come out. And as I'm talking, I'm actually trying to briefly go through that site, that Zack Snyder's Justice League site, just to see if there's any. No, on their site, it's still to be determined, so it's not even accurate on the actual website. But yeah, so this one, like I said, if you know what that Sky Cinema is and it's not a big deal, that's another way you can watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. Hopefully there are more opportunities to watch it in some other fashion later on as we get closer and closer. But yeah, I don't know. If you don't like this, maybe VPN would be the way to go, which I have no idea how to do anyway as well. So, but yeah, hopefully it's for people who are happy with this, and for people who are not, I really don't know how it works in the UK, and I hope something something happens soon that makes you guys a little bit, so you guys can actually watch it. So, but there's that. We got an interview with Deborah Snyder to Jason. Well, I don't know how to say his last name, but it's from theinsider.com, and it says here opened up to him about what finally led to she and Zack exiting Justice League, the gargantuan task of making the Snyder Cut a reality, and reporting Joss Whedon's behavior to Warner Bros. So he pulled out 3 little portions of it that was, probably one of the things that kind of more momentous, I guess, was from this article. And some of the stuff in here it's kind of almost the same thing I've read from the Vanity Fair article on another video. But some of the cool stuff in here in regards to, not cool, but it's interesting in regards to around Whedon. And this is where she said, there was one incident I was aware that I read reported back to the studio right before the movie came out. She said, I went to the higher ups that someone came to me about Joss. I think it was resolved in a way that the person was happy with, Snyder continued. That's all I can really say. Warner Media confirmed Snyder's report to Insider, but had no further comment. Insider also reached out to reps for Whedon, who declined to comment. And I'm wondering if that was Gal, because wasn't Gal the one who actually said that she had a problem? She reported through the channels, and I guess that channel was through Deborah Snyder and stuff like that, and they did something about it. So that was kind of cool. She also said that during she and Zack's 2-year hiatus from Hollywood, it was Christopher Nolan who Zack confided in a lot and got him back to working again. A lot of times directors don't get to talk very often, so I think through this process, it's been nice because outside of Chris, Zack hadn't talked to a lot of people, Deborah Snyder said. So that's kind of cool. Man, Christopher Nolan, man, like, he's an executive producer and stuff, but you hardly hear of him behind the scenes. We just know that he's making movies and stuff like that. But it's great to hear that, after all this time, Chris is still talking to Zack, and Zack's confiding in him, and Zack, Chris is the one who brought him back. So thank you so much, Christopher Nolan, for talking with him and being his friend and being bros, man. I mean, it's kind of heartwarming hearing that from Christopher Nolan, to hear about Christopher Nolan. So it's great. Just like it was revealed in Vanity Fair that Chris told Debbie that, Zack can never see it. Promise me Zack will never see this. He wants to protect him so bad. He's like, he can never see this monstrosity. And I think that is such a sweet thing. And love it, man. It'd be great to have friends like that, right? That's awesome. A little bit more about a glimpse inside of Snyder Cut. We already know this, but yeah, if you didn't know already, Whedon's contributions are totally gone, including Cyborg saying "Booyah" and a Russian family that needs to be saved by parody men. In fact, so is Whedon's screenwriting credit. So, and despite the conflicting reports of how much had to be shot to make the Snyder Cut a reality, Snyder said there was only one new scene. Everything else had already been shot during principal photography and just needed to be edited back into the movie. The gargantuan task was pulling off 2,656 new visual effects shots in 7 months. So that's really awesome to hear a little bit of Debbie Snyder talk about that. We got another Zack Snyder interview that was accomplished, and this is with DC Cinematic subreddit. They're one of the largest groups of DC film fans on the internet. I think they said in that interview that I'll link this in the, so you can listen to the whole hour and 15 minutes podcast. I think they said that they had like over 200 something thousand fans or something. So that's pretty awesome for that to go out. So happy that Back Skeptic was able to have a interview with the visionary director Zack Snyder. So congratulations, awesome. But out of that interview, there was quite a cool little things that was coming out. So let me see. Is this part of this? Okay, that was part of it. So basically, there was numerous things. He talked about who his favorite directors are. He also talked about the exhibition and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna pull out 3 things that I thought was really interesting, or 3 or 4 things rather that I thought was really interesting and could maybe tell us a little bit about his future here. But Zack confirmed that the next film that he's doing, that short micro budget film he's doing, is going to be called Horse Latitudes, which is, I think, the last photograph, but they're calling it Horse Latitudes now. And it's a small film, micro budget, like he says. It's where he can just throw some people in a van, the actors in a van with a camera and go and shoot this thing. And he can't wait to do that. He's like really eager to start getting back into gear and shooting things. Like I said, that's his passion. That's his love. He's a director. He can't wait to get behind the camera once again. So he'll probably be the DP as well for that. And then after that, he wants to make his sci-fi adventure, whatever that would be after that. So he's probably going to be a DP for there. So he's definitely doing these, I would say not big blockbusters, but like smaller projects in the meantime. Maybe just as a kind of like a, to ramp up or whatever. Or maybe he's waiting for the perfect opportunity just in case, it frees up his schedule for, bigger things like, I don't know, like Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 or something, maybe. I don't know. But Zack also talked about what's canon for Warner Bros. And you guys already know this, but he said it himself. That Warner Bros. Told him that Justice League is canon to them. So to Warner Brothers, Justice League went out. It's canon to them, which is kind of funny because Patty Jenkins said that that wasn't canon to them, and they kind of all threw that one out. But that doesn't mean that that never happened. So to Zack Snyder, definitely his version, the things that he is overseeing is the Snyderverse, which is Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League 1, 2, and 3. Meaning that it's literally like he's pretty much telling us that Aquaman doesn't really connect to this. Wonder Woman doesn't really, there are probably changes in there that doesn't make sense and to him or whatever, and it's fine. He's like, it's fine, In fact, this kind of frees him up to do whatever he wants, which is good, I think, to have a multiverse, and that's the whole point of multiverse. It is an excuse for directors to be able to, for them to say that, you can make anything you want and doesn't have to connect to anything. Definitely it is an excuse. Let's be honest about that. But it does free up the director to do whatever they want. And in this case, it will be good for Zack Snyder that way he can continue. If he were to continue his Snyderverse, it would be through that way. He does say again that he won't do that. He won't finish that and stuff again. But he'll never get to do it, or never. And the reason why he put the storyboard out, because that's probably the only way you can actually see the sequel, right? So he keeps saying that. And so, but what is interesting about him saying, Warner Brothers' intentions and stuff. He did bring up AT&T a little bit. He brought up AT&T, and he said that AT&T actually went to him to put that Knightmare vision in the exhibit. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Like they were putting it up. They were saying essentially, this is what it sounds like to me in this type of sense when he said AT&T came to me to wanting to put the Knightmare vision up in an exhibit. To me, that sounds like AT&T is very much invested in this world. They like what they see. They want to show the world, or they want the opportunity to show, say, this was his vision. This is what he wanted to do. Are you interested in it? Like it's almost like pitching it to us, pitching it to the world, pitching it to the mainstream audiences to see if they would be interested in it. Like I hope they would have done this in a bigger fashion, but they at least gave them one exhibit and actually let him put that out. And to me, I feel like that is signaling a way that they are interested in his sequels. And again, Zack Snyder said that the storyboards that he has at the exhibit, won't be connecting to this version. He has a new set of boards, that will be the actual connection to this. Also, this interview actually happened right after Dave the Film Junkie's interview, before Grace Randolph's interview. So I thought that was even though it came out today, it was actually, when you hear it, they talk about Dave the Film Junkie. So I think this didn't happen today. I could be wrong, but it didn't sound like it happened today. But in any case, he was talking about, the Justice League members in there. They were talking about the different villains, and he was the one that chose all those villains. So in a way, he said that he was in control of all the movies. He was DC's Kevin Feige, and they let go of the guy who had the only real true vision of the whole damn thing, right? I call it, but I'm just like, it was right there. He had everything right there, right in front of your faces, and you threw it away thinking you could have made something, But right now, nobody have a fucking clue what you are doing, Warner Brothers. They have no clue. There is no connection. Like, you lost your chance. Like, you had it. It was right in front of you. What could have been? Seriously, I mean, what could have been, right? It was right in front of you. So he had everything. He had it all planned out in 2013, 2014. But no, they were too blind by just wanting jokes and stuff. I don't know. But aside from the upsetting things, he said that, you know, the Justice League members from the old plan, he would change it a bit in the, you know, for the next one, if there was ever going to be a next one. But I like that AT&T was invested in it. I like that AT&T seems to have faith in it and seems to really want this to work. Although it will be difficult, like I've said, because Warner Brothers is still in charge of greenlighting movies for HBO Max. Okay, they're still in charge. Specifically, Walter Amott and Toby Emmerich are in charge of all DC films, whether in theaters or on HBO Max. I'm just saying, yeah. So it's going to still be difficult, but I think with enough noise, enough, you know, commitment from AT&T and the fans and mainstream audiences, and they love what they see, and they want to know more, they want to see more, then they're going to have to really do something, taking care of maybe a couple of execs over there. A little bit, you know? Make it easier to work with, definitely, because this whole process, even down to after the announcement, has been pretty stressful and difficult for Zack Snyder and crew. Still yet. So I hope it gets easier. I really do. I don't want to feel like a downer, but like I'm still like hopeful and still optimistic because I think the project will show itself. I think it will be sensational. I think it will be huge. But at the same time, Zack's not just going to sit around. He's going to go shoot the stuff he wants to shoot. He's eager to do that. And that's why he's probably going to go shoot the smaller films that he had in his mind, what he wanted to do. I think the sci-fi adventure will probably be a little bit bigger, but it'll still be a little bit small in terms of, I don't know if it's going to be small in terms of scale. I mean, it's sci-fi, but he's mentioned Seven Samurai, so it's kind of like Seven Samurai, even though it was big for then, it's kind of a small scale because it's a one town and stuff. So I don't know what he means, what that's going to be about, but definitely Horse Latitudes is a much smaller movie. So maybe he's just doing a couple small things in the meantime, waiting to see what the response is from this, and see if, you know, they would come to him and say, hey Zack, you know, man, I'm sorry, let's do it. You got a deal. How much you want, anything you want, and you can do whatever the heck you want. And, you know, just like Netflix, right? That's why Netflix is so easy to work with. They just let you do what the hell you want. They just say, here's how much money. And they have a lot more faith in Zack Snyder. They say, we want Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder pitched it, and they're like, good, go, here you go. All right, there you go. Go make your movie. And we can't wait to see it. You know, that's the type of mentality that he probably would prefer, and any director would prefer, really. So, and now that it's separated from what they're doing at Warner Brothers, you know, Walter Emmerich, you want to control that shit over there? You know, go ahead, do whatever you want, because that's the Hamadaverse. like some people I saw, we don't want the Hamada, but yeah, the Hamadaverse. Go ahead, do the Hamadaverse. You know, and because it's the multiverse, leave the Snyderverse alone. Just leave it alone. Just like greenlight it and just leave it alone. You know, so hopefully that happens. Hopefully AT&T does some type of deal where their names are not on it. They're not credited, and they have no sense of control over it at all. So, well, I hope that happens. I really do. I really hope it does. Just a little plug here. Whoops. I didn't do Guardians of the Galaxy. Little plug here from Will Powell. He sent me this for you guys to check out. Here's one of the prizes that will be raffled in support of the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, signed by Alex Ross himself. You can enter by following the link, making your donation, and send me a screenshot to contact@thescificenter.com. So here's the link. I'll link. I'll probably link the donation here. This is actually the Autumn Snyder Foundation, Autumn Snyder page, right? So once you do that, send him email to him and to enter for a raffle. So anybody could do this. Anybody, it doesn't matter where you are, can enter for this. So it's a way to help out the AFSP. So that's awesome, William. Thank you so much for sharing that. And hopefully people also do that as well. So remember, the email is contact@thescificenter.com. So check that out. All right, I'm going to take a little water. It is a lot of talking after all. But now time for the members' comments and questions. Probably got quite a few here. Let's get into it. First one's from Designated Power Driver. Oh, Power Driver, sorry. I think that in that Darkseid sees the existence shall be mine part is from where Steppenwolf is bowing down in front of that communication thing. I think that's a graphic representation of Darkseid. Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of like in Man of Steel, where that thing like goes and it turns into Laura, right? And she's talking to Jor-El. I think you may be right about that. I'm skeptical it was an actual accident. Oh, about the release. Maybe Tom or Jerry is the 7th member. Jokes aside, this was no accident. Any of you notice it was in place of an HBO series because it was a movie Warner Bros. Are putting in theaters and on HBO Max. In place of an HBO series? I thought it was a Tom and Jerry movie, though, so it's still a movie, though. Quick, someone get Boss Logic to do a Knightmare Tom and Jerry mock-up. There's quite a bit of Tom and Jerry stuff going around. I don't know, but I guess we can turn in, laugh about it. I've mentioned continuity a lot in my comments, but imagine this. What if in Zack's new plan, the Darkseid storyline is actually completed in JL2 and JL3 turns out to be Flashpoint? JL3 would end with Flash running to Speed Force and we wouldn't see where he goes, but we know where he'd end up in the current DC film continuity. An easy continuity explanation can be that the new timeline overwrote Barry's memory, so even when talking about previous events, it doesn't have to match up fully. I'm also mentioning continuity again because Zack recently spoke about what's canon, not canon DCU, and this idea would fix all that. Yeah, but, that's up to Warner Bros. And he said Warner Bros. Doesn't want his part to be anywhere near. They don't want any of his Snyderverse. He said that. So I'm going to have to say that's probably not going to happen. I think whatever happening to Flashpoint will not be anything remotely what we think that will connect to the Snyderverse whatsoever. I think they're going to really do that Michael Keaton Batman. They're going to go along with Robert Pattinson's Batman as well. They're going to have Supergirl, and they're going to completely rewrite all that. And I think that will be Ben Affleck Batman's last time we see him in a Warner Brothers Pictures movie involving Batman. Unfortunately. Will be nice to see Flash actually not be a coward in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah. There may be either two places with the bombs or maybe in the same building but different floor. She may save the kids, but some other place might blow up. Just my guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. Whether that blows up and then later he comes back down, she comes back down or something. And maybe when she does the blast here, that blast from her gauntlet is the one that makes it explode. Maybe. I've unfollowed all Zack Snyder's Justice League social media to ensure I don't see timeline posts or notifications. Good idea. This will be the only channel I watch up until release. I trust Chris, but no offense, I won't be commenting of much at all during this time. No worry. Like I said, sometimes you see shit in the comments. Like when I was, like literally, I've told this story many times, but The Force Awakens came out. I was on Facebook, and I swear to God, it was a fucking cat video. And the first comment in the cat video is a GIF of Kylo Ren killing Han Solo. Completely spoiled for me. Like, What the fuck? Being a Q&A content specialist, these sort of mistakes are unacceptable. Test, and test again. If it was truly a mistake, because it wasn't, it worked. It stumps the marketing and invariably affects the revenue. The group that never liked Snyder or DC but were intrigued will never pay for it now. The haters and detractors have ammo now until it's released. Hence why I'm checking out of Zack Snyder's Justice League social media. See you all on the other side. Oh, and just to add, if this is Warner Bros. Playing games, Zack Snyder and AT&T should announce Justice League 2 and 3, even though before the 18th to really piss them off. Yeah, like I'm really hoping that AT&T is really backing up Snyder as much as I think he is. I think they are, and I really hope that, they let him, disregard Hamada and Emmerich. Yeah, Sky announced yesterday that Zack Snyder's Justice League will be airing in Germany on Sky Cinema on March 18th. HD, UHD, English, and German dub, and in the 1:3:7:1 aspect ratio. Yeah, so at least some people are happy about that. I've saw some that weren't happy about that. Don't let this distract you from how trash WandaVision was, but people are still eating it up. I give it a 5 out of 10. I already did my little rant earlier about WandaVision, Clay, and yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Warner Bros. Trying to sabotage Zack Snyder's Justice League, but officially they cannot give a statement, can they? Toby Emmerich and Jeff Johns are butthurt now. It's time they quit DCU at least. Zack Snyder's Justice League will blow up anyway, despite their efforts to put it down. Let's all support it. Restore the Snyderverse, hot dog light fan. Support it, support it, support it. It being Kevin, you just know he dug it. Kevin digs a lot of things. I mean, he's pretty positive in most respects. I showed my son the new Steppenwolf in action. His reaction was like, whoa, that looks way better. He looks so cool. He's 8. Kids like villains to look like bad guys. Take note, Toby. The Grace interview was absolutely about him letting us know he has a plan. I didn't doubt it, but I am now more hopeful that he wants us to push forward in getting the Snyderverse back on. The Darkseid and Cyborg TV spots, that's what I'm calling them, are so beautiful looking. I am off on the 18th and 19th, and I'm going to watch it 4 times, with repeat viewings thereafter. I have a feeling the Snyder obsession will grow stronger. My wife is concerned. She's like, are you just going to be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League for your entire YouTube career? I'm like, well, right now I am, because it's coming out. But anyway, so glad you're getting to see it early. You represent our fandom, Chris. We couldn't have a better representative. Oh, I appreciate it. Enjoy your experience on Monday, and I'm looking forward to your channel giving us more content in the future. Well, thank you very much. And I hope that future contains, more Snyderverse stuff. I really do. Because I just can't see this being the end. I don't know. I just can't see it being the end. But yeah. Monday, man, I won't be able to sleep Sunday night. Brandon Hayes, well, let's just say that someone in HBO Max probably just got fired. What a blunder. This is the blunder of all blunders. Why can't Warner Media or Warner Bros. Get their act together? I don't care. I'm still supporting the platform. I want a sequel or a streaming series continuation. One thing I got a problem with this is this. Kevin Smith crapped on BVS when it came out. I remember his words, this movie is humorless. Now he thinks Snyder's a visionary. Oh, but I think there was a follow-up review of the Ultimate Edition, and he actually liked that one. I remember something like that. A lot of people are now opening their eyes to how brilliant Snyder is, and they're becoming converts. But I remember when they all crapped on Snyder in 2016. I ain't feeling that, man. By the way, great work on the show. Your show is very reliable in regards to the news and updates. Stay grinding, man. Thanks, Brandon Hayes. Appreciate it. I never saw Netflix or Amazon Prime make that kind of mistake. Have you? Honestly, I have not seen that type of mistake. I mean, some people have brought up screenshots of that happened before, but honestly, I have not. Like, I myself have not seen it before like that. Especially something like totally different, right? I mean, and it's something like Tom and Jerry has been out, and it's Tom and Jerry, isn't it? Like I said, if it was like Justice League, then yeah, I can see maybe that could have been a mistake because they couldn't tell the difference. The intern couldn't tell the difference between that 2017 Justice League and this one. But it's Tom and Jerry. I kind of have a hard time believing it was a accident. Especially all the stuff that's happened so far. Starting to feel like Christmas Eve, and knowing how Warner Bros. I mean, if Warner Bros. May not have control of HBO Max, but they could still coerce someone in HBO Max. Though I heard Luther's, aka Eisenberg, voice towards the end, maybe second to last line. I don't know. I gotta listen to that. I thought it was all Silas Stone and Eleanor Stone. I wonder. Kind of sounded like Perry Fishburne, voice from Daily Planet, was talking at one point as well. I don't know. My hearing isn't great. Next Saturday can't get here quick enough, sadly. Yeah, people. I still think it says Silas Stone. It was Silas Stone the whole time. These two are just wonderful. I can just feel all the emotions. Well, Silas and Eleanor. Emotions Ray and the team put into these scenes. 9 more days to go, and actually now you have 8. Brandon, this is amazing. Everything that Ray fought for, he sacrificed so much, and I really feel like he's started a movement. He said what everybody in the cast and crew wanted to say and couldn't say, and now people will follow his example and not let the corporate monster intimidate them. I'm so very happy for him. It's funny, Warner Brother Pictures is doing Black Superman, a Latina Supergirl, and a Blue Beetle movie in an effort to be inclusive, but they had all the inclusiveness with Cyborg and rejected it. Like I said, people see that and they aren't buying it. They're just pandering. It's obvious. I love how AT&T is supporting Snyder. The leak doesn't matter. The Snyder fandom is like a mob. If we don't get our way, we will protest. They better greenlight the haircut and the sequel. They better. The $1 million question. Who's the father twice over, and why is that the title of the epilogue, not Something Darker? Must investigate further. Well, Something Darker is the title before, so that's part 6, Father Twice Over. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go with it's about Silas. I know he died, but I thought at one point he had a recording of his voice to tell his son something, so that could be it. That could be it. I don't know. So Zack's news about the new storyboards and therefore new synopsis indicates the reason he spoiled the old synopsis and won't spoil the new set. Justice League 2 is increasingly inevitable as we get closer and closer to the 18th. Like, here's another $1 million questions. $1 million. I don't have one. I don't have any to spend. Had JL1 not been interfered with in 2017, we had gotten JL2 in 2019, etc. What would that outline have been? Has he continued to revise things after 2017 to the point that JL2 we'd have gotten in 2019 would have been different from the one we're going to get? Actually, he keeps saying that the movie we're supposed to get is what was supposed to have come out in 2017. With the addition of something that he wanted to do was that additional scene. So, but other than that, it's still that 2017 movie. So, and by then, it has already been changed from the Justice League 2 plan in that storyboard. So that was the original. This is something else. This was changed already. So it's already changed. So, like you said, this is the movie that you're supposed to have gotten in 2017. The theory for the Knightmare woman's suit being for Lois is interesting. One thing is certain. Clark needs to believe that Lois is dead in order to fall to Darkseid, whether she is or not. Or maybe they don't use that anymore. Maybe he's not using that anymore. Here's something interesting. What if, in order to buy Bruce, Victor, and Barry time to set up the treadmill, send Barry back, and get things right, Lois has to confront Clark, and at the very least, her reminders of all they said and done together cause doubts in his mind. Maybe this is Lois alive right in front of him, but he's believed Darkseid's lie for so long, and Darkseid's told him she's an imposter. Perhaps he makes his choice to believe her or to kill her, doing so just as Barry goes back in time. I don't know. That's right now, because of him saying that, that was not, it's a different plan. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm not broken, and I'm not alone. I'm so stoked for this movie. Looks like Zack needed a little bit more money to absolutely perfect it. Another glimpse into the mind of a genius. Bummed and so glad I have VPN and HBO Max shared subscription. Only way we can see it is if we have cable. Screw this studio. Oh, okay, cool. So you have VPN and HBO Max shared subscription. That's great. That you know how to do that. Hopefully a lot more other people know how to do that as well. The motion and the way Steppenwolf charged at Wonder Woman is, not coincidentally, reminiscent of the giant samurai guards from Sucker Punch during Baby Doll's first dream sequence fights. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That does kind of, it's almost similar. Darkseid's projection through the mother boxes looks like an animated Megatron and just as evil. All right. Looks awesome. I can't wait to see that whole visual scale of that. Yeah, so I was one of the people who ended up watching Tom and Jerry last night. Professional curiosity got the best of me. Luckily, HBO Max fixed it by the time I got there, so I can let the anticipation build up for a few more days. I got my vacation day approved for the 18th, so I want to make it worth I can watch it 6 times in a row all day. Wow. 6 times in a row. That's 24. So you're going to be up for 24 hours. Not going to lie, I have waited to watch the teasers with your reaction before watching the standalones. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Until now, I was refreshing my feeds like an obsessed fanatic at work and watched Cyborg's big moment by myself. That's all right, because I actually woke up later and he dropped it really early. Sorry for the betrayal, but I have been anticipating this one in particular all week. Harder than the movie, I stand with Ray Fisher. No problem, man. I don't care which one you want first. For what it's worth, pretty sure I got you beat on the freak out geek level for this particular reaction. Oh man, challenge. There's an option for challenge accepted. I want to see that. It looks like Savage Diana is back. I can't believe we're actually going to see I'm seeing my all-time favorite villain in live action. Darkseid is about to shut it down. The scene with Darkseid's hand on Superman's shoulder. I don't think I'm ready. I'm not ready either. And also, how in the world do you accidentally release a movie? I suspect Emmerich. And this is why Warner Bros. Doesn't want this movie released. These teasers clearly show how bad they messed up in 2017. It's embarrassing, and they should be. Yes, Chris, I definitely feel like that scene is a callback to Superman killing Zod in Man of Steel. One of several that will be in this movie. Sadly, it has been confirmed that the leak of Zack Snyder's Justice League was intentional. However, the parties responsible have been fired. They said that? I didn't even see that. I didn't see that. That's, wow, really? Well, that's cool, I guess. Justice prevails. Something tells me, with how Chapter 7 is entitled, that is when we will see the return of Jonathan Kent and or Jor-El. Oh, father twice over. That's interesting. Interesting, or multiple fathers, I don't know. Interesting how the trailer indicates that Victor's big flight begins in the graveyard. We all thought it began with his struggles on the rooftop. Me too. Yeah, you're right, me too. I thought it was, yeah. Unless it was cut in a way, because when you zoom out, when he flies out and zooms down, you see cities. So that, like, oh, is that a city down there? Or is the graveyard in the middle of the city? I don't know. Hi, Chris. As we are getting closer to the release of our movie, would you make us the honor to show us your setup? We've been watching over many years now, and it would be great to see what your setup and your Ping Pong Flix Show office looks like. Would be cool. Well, actually, if you are a member, you can see that setup. It's actually it was my very first member video. So if you go into the playlist, members videos, exclusive member videos, or exclusive member videos, something like that. Members only videos? I don't know. But it's the very first video. And it shows, I mean, it's changed a little here, but it definitely showed the one where they had all the toys. And it looked around the room and everything. So go and check that out. The great news is that Zack didn't lose hope. They didn't break him. He still got the passion to work on this. Let's see the movie, take some time to enjoy and rest, and fucking blast on those motherfuckers. Yeah! Yes! We will. In 8 days, we are going to blow the lid off the Snyderverse can or bottle, whatever you want, and hopefully make that happen. All right. Well, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, like I said, unless an emoji drops tonight. I have no idea. If not, well, we can still celebrate. I'm sure there's going to be some more stuff coming out for Zack Snyder's Justice League and all different types of movies and content as well. So, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time.